Former Evanston employee Liam Byrd filed a federal lawsuit on Friday against the city, Mayor Daniel Biss, and others. Now, according to the lawsuit, Byrd is alleging wrongful termination after he says he was fired for expressing his sympathy for the plight of the Palestinian people.
It was shocking.
Liam Byrd didn't expect to be here. Sitting aside his lawyer, fired from his job as Evanston's manager of organizational performance and equity less than 6 months after he was hired.
Why are you suing Mayor Biss, Manager Stowe, Alex Ruggie, the city?
We're focusing in on First Amendment retaliation.
Byrd says in an October 10th meeting, city leaders like Biss voiced support for Israel following the October 7th attack.
I believe that we need to address all forms of hatred and bigotry, anti-Semitism, and Islamophobia. But to simply state that you only stand with Israel, it was difficult to hear.
Byrd says he then expressed support for Palestinians in Gaza on social media and in conversation with colleagues. In an email to city manager Luke Stowe, Byrd said the city should, quote, both support the people of Israel as well as Palestinian people who are both caught in a war beyond their control.
Since this mass killing of Palestinians has begun, not once has the government of Evanston, at its leadership, specifically acknowledged the pain and suffering of Palestinian community.
Things escalating at a November 30th meeting of Evanston's Equity and Empowerment Commission, discussing a ceasefire resolution that was eventually withdrawn.
I myself had nothing to do with the ceasefire resolution.
But according to the lawsuit, city leadership posted Byrd's name and email to the Equity and Empowerment Commission's website on November 21st, something NNN is working to verify with the city. Byrd says he received over 400 emails on the resolution in the days before the meeting, some of which, he says, attacked him personally.
There's a long history of this in Evanston, of black employees being mistreated, being the fall person, and I think I'm just the newest person.
The lawsuit says, quote, defendants realized the optics of firing Evanston's blackface of DEI over, quote, progressive social media posts would be problematic, but they had a plan. You feel that this was a intentional, carefully thought out effort to get you fired?
Absolutely. Some people were upset about the resolution, and behind the scenes, there was a story being told that somehow I was the person who was responsible.
We pressed Byrd and his lawyer for evidence that ties his termination to his pro-Palestinian stances.
I'm not going to discuss the evidence at this time. That's for we'll do that in court.
Byrd says the city fired him over Zoom at the end of December. According to the lawsuit, Byrd says city manager Stowe told him it was because he was an at-will employee and would not go into specifics. Even still, Byrd's lawyer says,
but a person's stance on the conflict in Gaza cannot be used as a litmus test by the city of Evanston for employment.
Now, we still are hoping to hear from Mayor Biss and the other defendants in this lawsuit, but in the meantime, we got a statement from city spokesperson Jessie Mayo. She tells NNN in a statement, while the city of Evanston does not comment on pending litigation, we fully support First Amendment rights for all, including employees, and will vigorously defend against any claim to the contrary. In Evanston, Logan Schijano, Northwestern News Network.